Now, usually most of my videos are made in more of a factual way. In this video, I think I'm going to try and do it in a different way, and it's going to be more of a story time. Now, this video is going to be about monkeys and how they are treated so horribly in this modern day and age without any proper reason. So, let's start off with the beginning of your life. You're born to a mother monkey in Southeast Asia, probably a nice little rainforest you're living in. And you're taken at birth, probably with your mother or without your mother, to what's most likely a lab in America. Now, you're going to spend all of your life here, from age 0 to about 30, and during that whole 30 years, you're going to be kept in a tiny cage. You're not going to have any plants, you're not going to have any friends, you're not going to have anything. And during that time, you're going to be probed, poked at, you're going to be injected with things. They're going to give you AIDS, they're going to give you HIV, they're going to give you every disease you could ever get. And then they're going to test treatments on you. And that is going to be your life. You will live and die in what is most likely the same cage. Now, the alternative to this is you get taken in as a pet in America instead. Now, we're talking about 100,000 monkeys in labs, 10,000 as pets. Either way, you're not going to have a great life. But as a pet, at least you aren't going to have needles stuck in your neck every other day. Either way, it's really inhumane and it's not a nice thing to do to an animal. I look at monkeys and I see a lot of human nature in them. I was in Gibraltar the other week and I saw monkeys grooming each other and interacting in a social way that really kind of reminds me of how evil school children behave. They aren't nice animals, but beyond that, they are animals and they are a very high level intelligence. Honestly, kind of remind me of how kids are. However, kids aren't allowed to be kept in tiny little cages and poked and probbed with needles because ultimately that is one of the most appalling things you could ever do to a human. But yet somehow when you transfer that over to a monkey instead, something that isn't that far away from us genetically or even intelligence-wise, it's completely fine. And this is the worst part, in my opinion. I would understand using things like monkeys for animal testing if there were no alternatives, because ultimately at the end of the day, human well-being does have to come above animal well-being. That's reasonable. However, there are alternatives to this. Usually these treatments are done on monkeys to see whether or not it'll kill them. But the exact same thing can be done with just human cell samples. A little bit of human cells can be put on a tiny bit of glass, and whatever compound it is they're testing be put on this bit of glass as well, and they just see if the human cells die. Ultimately, animal testing and keeping animals like monkeys as pets is outdated, and it's not humane at all, and it's really not something that should ever be done. Animal testing and stuff like that is absolutely shocking, and it shouldn't be happening, especially in 2026. Maybe in 1950, when we didn't have the technology, but not now.